The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Here goes the last DJ.
Gentlemen, I wash my hands of this weirdness.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another brand new episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. It is Wednesday, April 21st. We are your daily dose of laughs and levity in a crazy, crazy world. I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Tony Sanfilippo. Tony, how you doing today?
Oh, man, I'm feeling a little tired, but that's all right. It's cold. It's snowing again. Is it Groundhog Day? It's always freaking snowing up here anymore. I swear to God, I said I wouldn't live anywhere where it snowed a lot, and I don't know what it is, man. This has been the snowiest year I think I can remember in Colorado. Love the states, beautiful, but as my grandma used to say, G-money, man.
We're a full month into spring at this point, and you're still getting snow weekly at this point.
Ugh, this is bonkers. I think this is it. And I don't mean to bitch about it, but I'm ready for some rain, thunderstorms, like the old April flowers bring May showers, or whatever the hell that saying was. Or is it April showers bring May flowers?
There you
right?
go, yeah.
Now with the snow, dude, it killing the flowers. Damn. But I digress. I'm doing pretty dang good aside from being a little tired. But ready for a fun episode, though.
Cool. Yeah, hopefully it's the end of that, the snow. You get into the nice spring weather. We're already experiencing it here in northern Nevada. So, it's only a matter of time before you get to it. Exactly. Rocking the Nevada.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, folks. Well, let's go ahead and kick things off the way we do each and every day with a question for my co-host. Tony, what is the most dangerous thing you have ever sold at a garage sale?
Okay.
Any definition of dangerous.
Dangerous. What? I don't know. I guess maybe a saw blade. Probably. We sold an old saw blade. When we went through the divorce and we had that big sale. We sold our skill saw. So probably that.
All right.
I guess a blade's probably the most dangerous thing.
That's a good one. I mean, if it had some rust on it, there's the potential for some tetanus there, but it's pretty common. I wouldn't
rusty nails. Yeah, no.
Yeah, couldn't imagine you'd see much more dangerous than that, though.
Right. No.
Well, with the story that I pulled up, certainly it brings that up to the next level. All that goes to say that a hand grenade a hand grenade found at a yard sale in North Cape May over the weekend prompted authorities to evacuate an area surrounding the home, police said Monday. On Saturday, Lower Township Police received a report of a hand grenade located at a yard sale on Shore Drive in North Cape, and responding officers determined the device was unexploded, police said in an alert. The area of Shore Drive between Racetrack Drive and Folsom Drive was evacuated. The Atlantic City Police Department's bomb squad unit removed the grenade safely and transported it to a secure location. The Lower Township Police Department would like to remind residents that if they discover artillery, it should not be touched or moved. Artillery should be left in place for appropriately trained and equipped authorities to assess and remove police said in the alert. So, maybe don't go sell that hand grenade or machine gun or landmine or claymore that, you've got in your personal collection, because it just may prompt an evacuation.
Ooh, yeah, that is pretty dang dangerous right there.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, and the fact that, every once in a while you'll see the ones where they've been emptied out and they're sort of just like a paperweight. This one sounds like was a live grenade that was unexploded. So not so good.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely not good. You definitely don't want to be selling artillery or, gun shells, anything like that, especially old, like grenades, stuff like that. You probably don't want that in the vicinity of anywhere, really.
No, not at all.
Not old ones, because you can't trust it at that point, right? It's old, decayed. That's why they find in the ocean, like when they find those old landmines or whatever, those old floating sensory ones, they have to send special units out to clean it up.
And like you said, with the old ones, just a minor tap could be enough to set it off, and that could be a big problem. So
get a little tappity tap. Ooh, there's a tap.
Needless to say, don't do it. Well, folks, it is Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. We've got a wonderful show lined up for you today. Let's talk about today's show, shall we?
Hump Day!
Yeah!
It is Hump Day, and as we do on Hump Days, we've got Words Are Hard. We've got a segment called Same But Different. Our call-in contest today is a Tony Beatdown. Should be a fun one. We have a segment called I Saw the Sign. We're actually revisiting that one. We're rounding out the day with This Day in History, and Tony is up next with the entertainment news. Folks, do not go anywhere. We will be right back.
Behold, my precious. Ooh, yeah, let me tell you something right here. It's the Loot Crate subscription box, full of exclusive loot, fun surprises delivered to your door every month.
Just pick up your favorite geeky genre, Daddy.
From the original Loot Crate, the Loot Crate DX collectible boxes, dude. Cowabunga!
To the Loot Gaming video game box. Woohoo! Yee-hoo! Wowzers! With crits starting as low as $11.99 per month, there's a box just about for all collectors.
To get your geek on, head over to phoenixmedia.us/Loot Crate and claim your exclusive offer. That's FENIXmedia.us/Loot Crate. Great Scott!
Snap into a Loot Crate, baby!
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, Let's Do Lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix radio show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix radio show. And we've got a little thing we talk about each show. It is the Fenix Line, our 24-hour day, 7-day a week voicemail line, giving you guys, the listeners and watchers, an opportunity to chime in on anything whatsoever. Maybe you have a unexploded hand grenade that you tried selling at a yard sale. We want to hear about it. Give us a call at 855-Phoenix-Radio. That's 855-FENIX-RDO or 855-336-4973. All we ask is that you keep it entertaining. We'll compile those together, put them out in a future show. Speaking of entertaining, Tony is here with the entertainment news.
Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, April 21st, the day after. Here's your Filippo Fast Five, man. Hulu will add NFL Network and NFL Red Zone to the live TV lineup by August 1st. Ooh. Vin Diesel will star in a Rock'em Sock'em Robot movie. Whee! The Witcher, Cobra Kai, and You know, the stalker show with Joe, is returning to Netflix later this year. Are you a stalker named Joe?
No, you said you.
No. You?
I'm the only you are talking.
You. Hey, Joe.
You talking
It's a
to
good
me?
show. Those are, I never saw The Witcher, but Cobra Kai and You, good shows.
Witcher's good.
Witcher, see, 3 good shows coming back to the flicks of the net. Ted Lasso Season 2 trailer reveals that it's back July 23rd, and you can catch that on Apple TV+.
So excited.
The mother of dragons, Emilia Clarke, is poised to make her way over to the MCU for Marvel Studios' Secret Invasion. The Game of Thrones star role is being kept under lock and key, of course, because that's how stuff works. Marvel got a tease a little bit before the goods. She joins the previously confirmed Samuel L. Jackson, Ben Mendelsohn, Kingsley, Ben Adair, and Olivia Colman. Ooh, fancy.
Lots
I
of
butchered
Bens
some.
now.
Yeah, there's a lot of Bens. Yeah, I didn't know if it was Ben Mendelsohn. Then, like, there's a comma, so I'm assuming that's Kingsley Ben Adair is the other name. But I digress. That's your Filippo Fast Five. Vroom, vroom. Mad Max prequel is coming along nicely as the Furiosa prequel will return Mad Max to Australia, the country that birthed the franchise. At a press conference for the movie, New South Wales Premier. Oh, sorry, let me just tune this up. Gladys. Ooh, I'm going to butcher her name bad. Barajelican state that the new film would be the largest film ever to be filmed in the state, boosting its economy by $350 million and creating 850 new jobs. The film chose to go to New South Wales after being wooed by both state and federal incentives, including a 40% tax break. Australian director George Miller filmed the first 3 Mad Max movies in his home country, starring Australian actor Mel Gibson. Mad Max Fury Road filmed in Namibia after a long delay due to unusual raininess in the Australian desert. Now Miller is bringing the franchise back home to shoot for the next film's 2023 release date. Chris Hemsworth, the Australian star who will appear in the film opposite Anna Taylor-Joy in the title role, is in the country filming Marvel Studios' Thor: Love and Thunder. He attended the press conference and expressed how much it means to become a part of the Mad Max movie after growing up watching Miller's original trilogy. He described getting the call as a pinch myself moment. It's a huge honor, Hemsworth said. A lot of pressure, but exciting pressure that is certainly motivating. Miller explained how the prequel differs from its predecessor, whereas Fury Road essentially happened over 3 days and 2 nights. This happens over many years. You try to make films that are uniquely familiar. This will be a familiar to those people who know Mad Max, and in particular, Fury Road. But it will also be unique. Furiosa cast Taylor-Joy as a younger Imperator. Oh my gosh, some words are hard. It's a good thing it's Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Imperator Furiosa, played by Charlize Theron in Fury Road. The first thing that went through my head when I found out I was going to do it was, I'm so excited to work so hard, Taylor-Joy said. So this will be good. This opens June 23rd, 2023. So they will spend the next year or so filming it. So Fury Road did do $375 million worldwide and 6 Academy Awards and a nomination for Best Picture. I didn't know it was nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah. It didn't have a chance of winning, but George Miller has a unique visual style, storytelling, and it's very polarizing. Some people love it, some people hate it. We tried watching Fury Road the other day. We got about 20 minutes in, and Jessie had to turn it off. She just couldn't hang in there with the style of it. So,
yeah, I saw it in theaters. I didn't get overly excited about it. It was okay, but I was never a big Mad Max guy. Like I watched The Road Warrior as a kid, didn't really get it, but I was also super young. And then what was it, Beyond Thunderdome with Tina Turner?
Yep. Yeah, that's the one I remember the most. It seemed to always be on like TBS or TNT growing up.
Yeah, it was right after Temple of Doom when you watched it on TV. It was like WCW, Atlanta Braves, Temple of Doom, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Those were like the 4 things that always played. I'm very excited about. I'm sorry, there is a call coming in. Thanks, friends. Don't call me. Yeah, well, it's a telemarketer. Go figure. Or robocall, whatever. Back on track. Rewind that. The original.
I got a sound effect for that. Hold on.
Yeah, thank you. It threw me off. It changed my screen and everything. So we're excited for the Ghostbusters Afterlife coming out in November. Well, original Ghostbuster Ernie Hudson provided a very promising, if brief, review of the upcoming legacy sequel, Ghostbusters Afterlife. The beloved actor shared an image of himself alongside director Jason Reitman and described the new adventure as so good, before adding that it left him speechless. The stamp of approval from one of the original team should have fans of the franchise even more excited for Ghostbusters Afterlife than they already were, and will hopefully ease the concerns of skeptics. Reitman revealed that Ernie Hudson had seen the sequel a few days ago, captioning the same picture, "A Ghostbuster has seen Ghostbusters Afterlife." Though it has taken a little while for Hudson to reveal his opinion, it's possible that the experience left him so speechless that he was even unable to type until now. The picture, for those that want to know, is Ernie Hudson with Jason Reitman, and they're outside the Ghostbuster firehouse in New York, and that's where the caption came from. Ghostbusters Afterlife introduces a host of new characters for a new generation, including Carrie Coon, Finn Wolfhard, McKenna Grace, and Paul Rudd. After being evicted from their home, 2 children and their single mother are forced to move to a farm inherited from their late grandfather, Egon, located in Summerville, Oklahoma. When the town experiences a series of unexplained earthquakes, the children discover the families linked to the original Ghostbusters, who have become something of a myth, as many have long since forgotten the events of the Manhattan cross rip of 1984. That's kind of cool. That's what they're covering it. They discover a secret legacy, and then, of course, we'll zip through that. That's really just reading you the synopsis, which if you wanted to know, there you go. But basically, this sentiments have been echoed by Murray's fellow co-star. Bill Murray also saw it a little bit and echoed that it has a good feel from the first one. And Ernie Hudson described this movie being really in line with what the fans have been hoping for, and it ties into the first 2 movies. It's a great new cast. They're bringing the best to it, and this is what the Ghostbusters deserve. So, Jason's just love of it and commitment to it, I was very touched on it. So more exciting news from actual Ghostbusters being involved. November 11th, 2021, after being delayed multiple times, will finally come out. So, I mean, I know you're excited, so Does this make you feel that much better? Yes.
I don't know if it makes me feel any better. Actually, I think the clip that was released a little over a week ago was what really got me excited, because we know that it's got the same tone and feel of the original two movies, which I was a little afraid that we weren't going to see, but I think we're there now.
Yeah, no, that's it's a good thing, man. I can't wait. So hopefully we'll get a full-blown second trailer here soon. I'm sure we'll get it over the summer, I would imagine.
Right.
So I know we touched about this on our Proton Pack show, but it was a little bit of an update. Dominic Purcell, who played Mick Rory / Heatwave since the beginning of Legends of Tomorrow, which is a spin-off of Arrow and The Flash, seems to be going part-time on the time ship in season 7, according to since deleted post on Instagram. In his first post, Purcell wrote that he's walking away from the CW superhero drama, which premiered in 2016. Deal isn't done. I have no interest. Whatever cash they throw on the corporate level, the studio does not care. Then he followed up with another post claiming that his original post was a joke, and the press went nuts. He said he didn't have any problems with the studio, Warner Brothers Television. Truth is, I'm leaving Legends of Tomorrow, but will come back periodically. It's a handshake deal with my boss, Phil Klemmer. With those posts deleted, there's nothing about Purcell's future currently on Instagram. So he kind of backtracked. You and I had discussed that maybe you don't post those things about your studio or stuff like that. That could harm you future from doing other projects with them, doing stuff like that.
With this update, it sounds like it may have worked, because he said he was walking away, and now it sounds like they came to sort of an agreement where he'll come in and out of a couple episodes here and there. My guess is airing out his dirty laundry may have got them to at least that point.
Yeah, handshake deal. So if you're a fan of Legends of Tomorrow, he will be back from time to time. That's it for your entertainment news. Let's roll on to those celebrity birthdays today, shall we?
It's my birthday!
It is my birthday. She is the monarch of 16 countries, the supreme governor of the Church of England, and she's 95. Queen Elizabeth's birthday, 95.
Newly widowed Queen Elizabeth.
Newly widowed and 95 birthday girl. This gentleman played Charles Xavier in the X-Men series, went on to turn the bullet in Wanted, and he also received critical acclaim for his role in M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong Split, and he reprised his role again in Glass. James McAvoy is 42. Former NFL quarterback who was selected to his first Pro Bowl game in 2006 representing the Dallas Cowboys. He set a lot of records with them, but he never got them to the promised land. But that's okay. He became a psychic analyst in the NFL. Tony Romo is 41. Frontman of one of the most influential pop proto-punk bands of all time, the Stooges, Iggy Pop is 73. Ooh, time has not been good to that gentleman. Comedic actor known for his correspondent on The Daily Show. He was also in numerous movies such as The Hangover and 21 Jump Street. Rob Riggle is 50. Angela! He played Tony Masella on the television show Who's the Boss? And gained fame in another series, Taxi. Tony Danza is 70. And that is your celebrity birthdays for April 21st. Happy birthday. Who's the boss, Angela?
Well, folks,
Angel's in the outfield.
That does do it for the entertainment news. When we come back, it is Wednesday. We've got Words Are Hard. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after these messages.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Hello, Kubo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm going to do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in the bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix radio show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. Indeed. This is the Kristian Fenix radio show, and we are all over social media with many of you watching us as we speak on Facebook Live or YouTube Live. Now, if you want to get a hold of me on Facebook, I'm available at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. That's Kristian with a K, Fenix with an F, radio, of course, with an R, or on Instagram and Twitter at Fenix Media Radio. Tony's available at facebook.com/Tony.Sanfilippo. That's SANFILIPPO.94. Though that may change, just stay tuned for the top of the hour. On the second hour, we might have a little announcement about that. Or on Instagram at Tony.Sanfilippo81. Now, it is Wednesday, and as we do on Wednesdays, words are hard. We've already seen it so far this morning. I've stumbled a little bit. Tony stumbled a little bit, but
stumbled daily.
It's the way it goes. So we like to take a look at the English language and some of the weirdness and words are hard. I almost said extremities. Extremities does fall into this category today, but not normally what I'm talking about. In any case, let's go ahead and talk about words are hard. Now,
Viewer discretion advised.
Exactly. The reason I said extremities was because today we are going to be talking about the origins of genital euphemisms. So we do want to let everybody know right here at the top of the segment.
Viewer discretion is advised.
And it's implied that listener discretion is advised as well. God, words are hard today.
Words are so hard.
We're going to run down the origins of some euphemisms for, well, the male and female genitalia.
Genitalia.
Generation. Pitching a tent. Sporting wood. Bicycles formed. Marches on.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Stiffy, Mr. Mortis. Rigor mortis is set in.
Flesh Rocket, Jack's Magic Beanstalk, Tall Tommy, Mushroom on a Stick, Mr. Mushroom Head, Purple-Headed Yogurt Slinger, and Pedro.
Hey?
Pedro?
So, Varsity Blues. Good stuff.
Good old Varsity Blues. I don't want your life. All right. Let's go ahead and kick off with euphemisms for the male genitalia here on Words Are Hard. Well, the earliest euphemism that specifically describes a penis appeared in the 15th century, specifically 1460. Simple word, pin. Little did we know how huge our vocabulary would grow, but could you imagine referring to it as a pin?
It's a pin.
Bruh.
It's just a big pin.
So that was the earliest one. Moving on a little bit further up to 1611. And again, we are talking about euphemism origins of, in this case, the male genitalia.
Oh, yeah.
1611. It was known as the plum tree shaker. Nearly a century and a half later, we hit the ground running, punning the penis, shaking the plum tree. Again,
the plum tree shaker, huh?
Who knows where that... why? Why?
Plum tree shaker!
Oh, moving on with Words Are Hard, and we're talking euphemisms for, in this case, male genitalia. Moving up to 1686, it was known as the knick-knack. A pair of knickers keeps the knick-knack intact. Basically, it's just sort of a playful way of saying, what hangs out down below.
Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
There you go.
Yikes.
So, yeah. Moving on. Again, we're in Words Are Hard talking the origins of euphemisms from, in this case, the male genitalia.
Hello, nurse.
Moving up to 1720, where it was known as the silent flute, proving mankind was getting more creative with their penis pronouncements. Silent flute is yet another example that any object longer than it is wide inevitably will be used to describe the dingus. Also, dingus.
Wow.
Moving up to 1772 with male euphemisms.
Oh, right.
Here they started getting into, the sexual side of things, calling it the shaft of delight. Just years before America gained its independence, shaft of delight came into the world. Appropriate. It almost sounds vaguely patriotic.
What you talk about? Shaft? You damn right.
Moving on, and I do want to remind everybody.
Viewer discretion is advised.
I mean, if you didn't already know, right?
Right. And, we're talking Words Are Hard, and in this case, euphemisms for male and female genitalia. Well, you'll never look at Google the same way, because in 1785, the male genitalia was known as doodle. The cheese doodle, the Google doodle. Dude, your doodle is showing. You'll never look at sketching on a piece of paper the same way either.
Yo, geez Louise, man. It's a little doodle. I guess I've heard that in The Simpsons. I could see your doodle.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Little Flanders reference there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep rolling on. We are talking Words Are Hard. Euphemisms for male genitalia.
Oh, right.
Up to 1833, where it was called the Jingling Johnny. Absolutely nothing comes up in Google search for Jingling Johnny, but it was a rather phallic musical instrument called the Jingling Johnny. Either way, it's a safe way to say what half the population all has.
If you got a big wang and a purple-headed yogurt slinger, dee-dee, it's a jingling Johnny. He's got the plum trees. Curse splat.
Moving on up to 1836, and I can't imagine, or I can't fathom a time before this was a euphemism for it, the word dick. This is perhaps one of the most common, endearing, and potent of terms for the penis. It's difficult to imagine the English language without dick being a word that refers to everything from a man's first name to just a derogatory term for a jerk. But it was 1836 that it was referenced for the male genitalia.
Postman drawing dicks.
And then finally, on the male side of things, here on Words Are Hard, euphemisms for male genitalia. 1925, hot dog. Again, I would have thought it would have gone further back than that, but, long the butt of every erection joke, it only came into use as male sausage synonym in the last century. So, I think hot dog is probably the most recent of them, but there's so many out there, as we heard in the opening clip from Varsity Blues.
The hot dog flavored water.
Right. So let's go ahead and focus over on the female things. Again, everybody.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, it's a word that I'm not even going to say here, not being regulated by the FCC, but the C word for the female genitalia is the earliest known slang word for the vagina. Came about in the year 1230. So before then, it wasn't derogatory. It became derogatory over time.
Yeah, it's also a popular word with the English. Like, yes. That's like, go F yourself. They call you a little, see you next Tuesday. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Moving up in female genitalia.
Whoa!
As far as 1538, it was known as the purse. It sounds classy, contained, but it's also something precious that you don't want to lose.
My precious. Yes, this is my purses.
Moving up to 1600.
Hello, nurse.
The female genitalia was known as the Chapel of Ease. Maybe it means that it's a sanctuary.
I'm going down to the Chapel of Ease. I'm gonna please it all well as I get on my knees. Yeah.
Moving up to 1638.
All right.
Known as the tinderbox. Apparently you don't want to play with that fire.
Swipe left, swipe right. It's the tinderbox. You're gonna play all night till your dick falls off. Tinderbox.
This one sort of goes to my feelings for the word dick on the male side. 1699. That seems long enough, where it was referred to as the word pussy for the first time.
What did you say the word?
Pussy.
That's right, because it's a cute little word called
pussy.
Yeah, right. One more time for the ones in the back.
Pussy.
And then finally, 1823, there are a number of other ones. I'll post these up on our Facebook page, but I thought this was probably the funniest of them all. 1823, known as the Jack Nasty Face.
I get down at the Jack Nasty Face when I go to Arby's today. Yeah! Jack Nasty!
Well,
Who
folks,
the hell gonna call that Jack Nasty?
Who knows?
That's gross.
Folks, that does it for Words Are Hard. When we come back, we are headed into Same But Different. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix radio show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks, to the final segment, at least of the first hour of this episode of the Kristian Fenix radio show. But if you missed a portion of the show or you want to go back and catch up on any of the previous shows, it's easy enough to do so. Head over to phoenixmedia.us, click on the show's link, scroll on down to the Kristian Fenix radio show. From there, you can get video, you can get audio as well, or head over to wherever you get podcasts. Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor Breaker, TuneIn, iHeart, Amazon, about 20 in all. While you're there, be sure to subscribe. That way you always have the latest episode. Leave a review. Let us know what you think. And tell your friends, because sharing is caring. Now, in the segment that I've titled Same But Different, we're going to be talking about... Ooh, it's a subject that we've been proposing for a little while. Basically, songs that have been accused of plagiarism. And we'll listen to the 2 different versions, let you guys sort of choose for yourself. Some have been awarded monetary values because of outright plagiarism. Other times it's same but slightly different. The only hesitation I've ever had in doing this segment is that whenever I play copyrighted music, even though we have the rights to play it, I still have to go back and dispute it through Facebook and YouTube and all that stuff. So we'll see what we can get away with during the live broadcast. And then, if for some reason it does cut out on you because Facebook or YouTube's AI decides to be the jerk that it is, just know you can go back and listen to it later. So with that being said, Tony, let's go ahead and run down some of these same but different songs.
Let's kick it.
So the first one is George Harrison, famously one of the Beatles, versus the Chiffons. The ex-Beatle was the first of the Fab Four to have a massive hit in 1970 with My Sweet Lord, but he soon came a cropper when it was pointed out to him that it bore a strong resemblance to a 1962 hit by the U.S. girl group The Chiffons, He's So Fine. A lengthy court case ensued, complicated by the fact that the former Beatles manager Alan Klein later ended up owning the publishing, effectively trying to sell the song back to George. In September 1976, a judge declared the Beatle had subconsciously stolen the melody, but the financial details wouldn't be settled until a couple years before George's death in 2001. John Lennon said of the affair, maybe he thought God would let him off. So let's listen to just a little bit of My Sweet Lord. All right, so a little bit of the intro of My Sweet Lord. Let's see how that compares to the Chiffons. He's So Fine.
Do-lang, do-lang, do-lang. Do-lang, do-lang. He's so fine. Do-lang, do-lang, do-lang. Wish she were mine. Do-lang, do-lang, do-lang. That handsome boy over there. One with the wavy hair. I don't know how.
I don't know. I could see a little bit of a similar melody in there. If you do get to the chorus of My Sweet Lord, it does have sort of that vocal pacing, but I don't know if it's enough that it's outright plagiarism.
No, to be honest, I've never heard the George Harrison song. It doesn't sound familiar to me. I've heard the
it in
Do-lang.
Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2.
Oh, I couldn't tell you what the song is, bro. I'd have to hear the chorus, but it doesn't sound familiar to me. So I'm gonna have to say that's doesn't seem same to me.
All right, fair enough. Well, let's move on to the next one here in Same But Different. And of course, if you recognize what I'm playing there, that's Queen and David Bowie's Under Pressure, which sounds famously familiar to Vanilla Ice's Ice Ice Baby. But
Russia, looking down me.
The next one is the New Seekers versus Oasis. So Oasis made a huge splash in the summer of 1994 with their single Shaker Maker, which I don't remember offhand. But it wasn't long before people pointed out that the very opening line was similar to the song I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing from the New Seekers. Originally written in 1971 for a Coke ad, it was later a huge hit for the New Seekers, and the Gallaghers had to come to a settlement with the writers. Some sources cite $500,000. Oasis legend has Noel now saying, we prefer Pepsi. So let's listen a little bit to Oasis's song. Yeah, I don't remember that song at all. But here is the New Seekers version. And let's see how it compares.
I'd like to buy the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honey bees and snow white turtle dove.
Yeah, close, but not quite the same.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, strange, but you know what?
I guess a little bit of the vocals, maybe. Like the only one so far I could say that does sound very similar is obviously Ice Ice Baby and Under Pressure. That's the only one that legit sounds. Mine goes ding 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 ding. Theirs goes dong 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 dong. Famous lines.
It's the same. All right,
same damn song.
Speaking of which, let's keep rolling on with Same But Different.
Cricket.
This one, Killing Joke versus Nirvana. The Joke, as we don't call them, couldn't help notice that the riff to their 1984 track 80s was very similar to that of Nirvana's Come As You Are, which was included in their album Nevermind and later released as a single. Despite claiming they'd sue, nothing ever came to court, and following the death of Kurt Cobain, the matter was dropped. So let's listen to Come As You Are, which most people are familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
And then, by comparison, Killing Joke, 80s.
Wow.
I would
like
say
a
they
setup. I'd say,
yeah,
yeah, it's very similar.
That one is.
I mean,
spot on.
I definitely like Come As You Are better, but that's very similar.
Ooh, almost too similar.
I hope you have the mechanics in the Four Horsemen on there.
That's exactly the same one. Yeah. All right, and then finally here in same but different.
Oh!
We have Robin Thicke and Pharrell versus Marvin Gaye. Well, Robin Thicke's 2012 collaboration with Pharrell Williams and T.I. gained a lot of publicity with its video featuring topless supermodels, but the track itself gathered a bit of an unwelcome attention from the family of Marvin Gaye, who claimed that the track sounded similar to the soul legend's 1977 hit, Got to Give It Up. The legal battle raged for 2 years until a jury awarded damages of nearly $5 million. So by comparison, let's start with Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines.
Maybe.
Everybody get up.
All right, and by comparison, Got to Give It Up by Marvin Gaye. I don't know. I'd say pretty close there. $5 million close. Who's to say?
It is pretty close.
Well, with that, folks, we are headed into the long break. But when we come back, we've got some announcements, followed by our calling contest, Phoenix Face Off, Tony Beatdown. So go ahead and enjoy the long break. Listen to the news. Use the bathroom. Grab yourself some tea. And we will see you guys all in about 7 minutes.
7.
You're listening to Phoenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. Look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Hamilton the Pug, Instagram star and shelter pet. Amazing adoption stories start in shelters. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. So you see, son, good manners are important. Should I go through it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open, don't speak with your mouth full, keep your elbows off the table. Share your things, play nice, and generally treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media, the multiverse of pop culture entertainment. To explore our complete lineup of quality programs, head over to phoenixmedia.us or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Chris Jones. US President Joe Biden described the murder conviction of a former police officer who killed an unarmed black man as a giant step towards justice in America. In the landmark trial, Derek Chauvin was found guilty of killing George Floyd after kneeling on his neck for more than 9 minutes. Kate Fisher has more.
Outside the court, the relief of George Floyd's family was clear. His brother, Philanese.
We are able to breathe again.
And at the White House, President Biden urged America to make this a moment for change.
It was a murder in the full light of day, and it ripped the blinders off for the whole world to see. This is a time for this country to come together, to unite as Americans. There can never be any safe harbor for hate in America.
As night fell in Minneapolis, people gathered at the place where George Floyd lost his life to honor the man whose death may have changed the course of America's quest for racial equality. Kate Fisher, Washington.
All 6 Premier League teams involved in the proposed European Super League have withdrawn from the competition. From London, Benji Hire reports.
The palpable relief amongst Chelsea supporters as news spread that protest and condemnation from fans, managers, players, politicians and even the British monarchy had forced a dramatic U-turn. A plan described as ludicrous by the UK's Prime Minister Boris Johnson, which would have transformed the game as we know it, now dead in the water. Just days after a dozen of Europe's elite teams announced their decision to break away and form their own closed-shop tournament, which the Super League's chairman claimed would save football. Instead, amid intense backlash and threats from the European football's governing body, the 6 English sides involved have climbed down. Arsenal apologised in an open letter to their fans. Liverpool's owner has also said sorry. Benji Hire, London.
Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed sadness over the death of Chadian President Idris Deby. He says his loss will create a vacuum in the efforts against terrorist groups like Boko Haram. And President Vladimir Putin will give his annual speech to Russia's parliament on Wednesday. The speech will be followed by protests calling for opposition figure Alexei Navalny to be released from prison. Julia Chapman reports.
Vladimir Putin has used previous Federal Assembly addresses to unveil major new weapons and plans for constitutional reform. This year, the Kremlin says his speech will focus on Russia's post-pandemic recovery, but there is speculation that announcements could mention Ukraine or Belarus. Following the speech, Russia's opposition is calling for nationwide protests over the jailing and ill health of Alexei Navalny. Julia Chapman, Moscow.
From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. And they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke. When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
The storks are bringing me a baby brother. We can do this together.
All right, let's go.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
What?
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't. Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No. Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this.
You will rock this.
To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Cool. Very cool.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Here goes the last DJ.
Gentlemen, I wash my hands of this weirdness.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second hour of this episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. It is Wednesday, April 21st. We are your daily dose of laughs and levity in a crazy, crazy world. I'm still joined by my co-host, Mr. Tony Sanfilippo. Tony, are you ready for the fastest hour of the day?
I sure am, buddy. The quickest hour of the land. Let's go.
Well, normally this is the interactive portion of the show where we invite you guys, the listeners and watchers, to call in on our topic of the day. But today's a little bit different, as we do every once in a while, and we're going to be running a Phoenix Face-Off contest with a edition of Tony Beatdown, where one lucky entrant will have a chance to win a Loot Crate subscription box one-off. And, you know, if they don't win, then they win a little bit of Phoenix fan gear, a Phoenix fan gear hat, shirt. So still some good stuff. Even if they're a loser, well, they're a winner. Nobody's a loser.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah,
that's
mean.
So in that case, with this segment, wanted to make a few announcements. The biggest one being that as of tomorrow, unfortunately, my co-host Tony Sanfilippo will be leaving the show, and we will be getting a brand new co-host in the form of Tony Spark. It's the same.
The Spark. Yeah.
So for the last month or so, we've been playing around with some radio names for Tony. The biggest reason for it is that, when we point people to his Facebook page, well, his personal Facebook page is set to private. So if you've tried friending him there, well, chances are he is not friending you back. So we are giving him a public page where, he'll be able to take on Tony Spark, do his movie reviews. I think we decided, you're the savage one, Tony Spark?
Yeah, we could do that.
Cool.
The savage one. Yeah, because we didn't want to do two Tony Savage. It's too wrestling-like.
That's okay. And it gives Tony an outlet to do some of, his funnier skits. For instance, Juan Pablo every once in a while may make an appearance. And we'll give you guys, the listeners, fans, watchers, a chance to interact with Tony on social media in that respect. So bye-bye, Tony Sanfilippo. Hello, Tony Spark.
Oh, hello.
Other than that, nothing's really going to change.
No, it's pretty much the same. So
exactly. Speaking of co-hosts, one of the things that we've been on the search for is a third co-host. ideally somebody of the female persuasion to round out the testosterone here on the show. And obviously, in times where, Tony needs to take a day off, we've got a second person who can come in, fill in, and, provide that laugh and levity, same way Tony does for us each and every day, and have that female perspective when, we talk about things like words are hard today, when we're talking about male versus female euphemisms for genitalia. So, lots of things going on, but, it doesn't necessarily have to be a female. If you are somebody who is available from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. weekdays here on the Pacific time, Tony's in the Mountain time, so slightly different. But reach out to us. We'd love to have that third voice.
Ooh, it'd be nice to have. So if you know anybody that wants to do it, please send them along. It'd be nice to have. I mean, what we've always wanted on this show is to have that third co-host, and it's just great banter. It's nice to have that extra person on there. It is fun, but it hasn't happened just yet. But I hope one day we get preferably a female. I wouldn't mind. I mean, we'll take any third host. It's nice, but having a female on here would be great. So
yeah, hardest part about it is timing. Obviously, most people have those pesky things called a job. So going from 8 to 10 a.m. each morning isn't for everybody, but we have a lot of fun on the show. And so if it is something that you can work out and it meshes well with mine and Tony's sensibilities, we would love to talk to you. Mm-hmm. The other thing is, as we've been doing over the last couple months now, the Kristian Fenix radio show is part of Fenix Media, the multiverse of pop culture entertainment. And if you guys don't already know, it is a full network based on, pop culture entertainment. We have great shows on the network like Tim Nidell's Be Kind Rewind, friend of the show there. We also have a new show that debuted last week, which is Silver Age Heroes Radio Theater. Basically, it's rebroadcasts of the old 1930s, 1940s radio plays. And right now we're going through the slate of Superman episodes. So those are fun to go back and listen to. Obviously, this was before television even existed.
What?
If you have a pop culture show or you want to develop a pop culture show on the network, go ahead and reach out to us and we can help you out there. Or if you're an advertiser who's trying to reach those with the pop culture sensibilities, for instance, Loot Crate, who's one of our affiliate sponsors, reach out to us as well. We can help you out on that respect as well.
Yeah, lots of great things coming along the pipeline as we continue to grow. It's show's almost a year old, which is great. We're just a couple of weeks away from that being a solid year, man. And it's grown. It's definitely amazing that we've been able to keep this original content for the most part all year long. We've had to run a few best ofs quite a few times, but that's all right. We have a lot of episodes where we can do that, which is nice.
Yeah, not always easy coming up with original content and segments and things like that. But luckily, the world is so weird that it helps us out quite a bit.
Right. This is true.
In any case, folks, we are headed into our break. When we come back, it is another edition of Fenix Face Off. Time for a Tony Beatdown. Don't go anywhere.
Bring it.
Right back.
Behold my process. Ooh, let me tell you something right here. It's the Loot Crate subscription box, full of exclusive loot, fun surprises delivered to your door every month.
Just pick up your favorite geeky genre, Daddy.
From the original Loot Crate, the Loot Crate DX collectible boxes, dude! Cowabunga!
To the Loot Gaming video game box.
Woohoo! Yee-hoo!
Wowzers! With crits starting as low as $11.99 per month, there's a box just about for all collectors. To get your geek on, head over to phoenixmedia.us/Loot Crate and claim your exclusive offer. That's FENIX media.us/Loot Crate. Great Scott!
Snap into a Loot Crate, dig it?
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In 96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in 09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show, and we're smack dab in the middle of the interactive portion of the show. Normally the call-in topic, but today we are running our Fenix
Chase. Oh.
Yes, it's a contest giving one of you guys, the listeners or watchers, a chance to compete against either myself or Tony in a game to win a fabulous prize. Now, today's prize is a Loot Crate subscription box full of fun, geeky, nerdy collectibles, whether it's shirts, figurines, mini props, things along those lines. And of course, if our contestant doesn't win, well, the runner-up prize is some Fenix fan gear for them to enjoy. Now, if you do want to be a contestant for contest, any of the Fenix face-offs, head over to phoenixmedia.us/Kristian Fenix Radio Show. Enter the contest entry there, and you'll have a chance to play. For instance, Maddie Keller, who is our entrant today, she's not joining us live, but Tony is going to be playing on her behalf. But she went through the process. She filled out the very short form, and now we are playing for her for a chance at that Loot Crate subscription box. So without further ado, let's get into this version of Fenix.
Chase. Oh.
With a competition I like to call Tony Beatdown.
Stop! He's already dead!
That was a big beatdown.
That was a hell of a beatdown.
Tony, today the contest, and again, you're playing on Maddie's behalf.
Let's go, Maddie. Let's do this.
I figured with Mortal Kombat coming out this weekend, we might as well do some video game movie trivia. So we've got 20 questions here. Tony, you only have to get 10 right in order to win for Maddie. So if you get less than 10, she gets the Fenix fan gear. If you get more than 10 or 10 exactly, she gets that Loot Crate subscription box. And it is multiple choice. So some of them are 4 possibilities, some are 3. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our first question. Are you ready, Tone?
I'm ready, dude. Let's do this.
Here we go. So the question is, which of these actresses has played Lara Croft in a Tomb Raider movie? Is it A, Alicia Vikander, B, Charlize Theron, C. Kate Beckinsale, or D. Scarlett Johansson?
Originally, I was going to just chime out and say, oh, it's Angelina Jolie, but it's A. Alicia
Vikander.
Vikander. She was in the new one.
Exactly. All right. So some of these are going to be super easy. Others are going to be a little bit on the tougher side. For instance, speaking of Tomb Raider, which Game of Thrones actor played Manfred Powell in Lara Croft Tomb Raider from 2001? Was it Ian Glenn, Mark Addy, or Sean Bean?
Sean Bean.
You are correct. Oh, you know what? I am incorrect. The actual answer is Ian Glenn.
Oh, well, I guess. Dang, I thought it was Sean Bean sounded good. So
I thought so too. All right, moving on with our Tony Beatdown, talking video game movie trivia. This video game, first released in 1996, was later made into a movie of the same name starring Mia Jovovich in 2002. Is it A, Mortal Kombat, B, Red Dead Redemption, C, Shaun of the Dead, or D, Resident Evil?
Resident Evil.
Again, a pretty easy one.
Yeah, that one was easy.
All right, so you got two of the
2 and 1, man. 2 and 1, Maddie. Let's go.
All right, next video game question for you, Tone. In what country does most of the plot of Assassin's Creed from 2016 take place? Is it A, Italy, B, France, or C, Spain?
2018's?
2016.
2016. I think that one's Spain. I'm not 100%. I don't know if that was the pirate one or not, but I'm going to go Spain.
Woohoo! We're talking about video game movies. So in this case, you are correct. That was the one with Michael Fassbender as one of the Assassin's Creed guys.
Oh, yeah. I forgot they made a movie of that.
Yeah. All right, moving on with this Tony Beatdown. You know, Tony, you've only got one little bit of a beatdown so far, but well before 2020 movie was released, the video game Sonic the Hedgehog was first released in 1991 on which video game console? A, the Nintendo GameCube, the B, Super Nintendo, C, Sega Genesis, or D, Sony PlayStation?
Sega Genesis.
That was an easy one.
That one was cake. That was real simple.
Oh, here's another one that's going to be pretty simple for you, Tony. What was the tagline of Super Mario Brothers from 1993? It's a movie, Mario. This ain't no game, or Mamma Mia.
This ain't no game. That was the tagline for it.
Nailed it. Terrible movie, but
yeah. Awfully horrible. That Friday, she likes it. I don't know if I could go back and watch it.
I'm afraid to, because I somewhat liked it as a kid, remembering, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was bad, dude.
Yeah.
Daisy, what are you doing? This is Yoshi. It's a raptor.
Well, Tony, you've got 5 of the 10 you need for Maddie to win, so you only need 5 more.
Ooh, let's do this, Maddie. 5 more, girl.
Next question. Before the movie in 2016, going back to Assassin's Creed, the first Assassin's Creed video game was released in 2001. Which of the following is not one of the titles released in the Assassin's Creed video game series? A, Assassin's Creed War, B, Assassin's Creed Rogue, C, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, or D, Assassin's Creed Syndicate?
That'd be Assassin's Creed War.
Knocking it out of the park, Tone. I think I may have chosen too easy of a topic for you today.
I know video games, as weird as that is.
All right, moving on with our next question. Again, pretty easy one. Who played the lead role in Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time movie from 2010? Is it A, Jake Gyllenhaal, B, Ryan Gosling, or C, Michael Fassbender?
Jake Gyllenhaal. Mysterio himself. I swear to God, man.
I never saw that movie. Was it any good?
I never did either.
No desire on my part, so.
No.
All right. On to our next question. And again, Tony, it looks like you only need 3 more in order for
3 more, Maddie.
Which of the following video games does not appear in the 2015 movie Pixels? Is it A, Pac-Man, B, Super Mario Brothers, C, Centipede, or D, Donkey Kong?
That would be B, Super Mario Brothers. The licensing to get that is very expensive.
Oh, yeah. Based on the other ones, it's pretty apparent that they got the Namco licensing.
Yeah, definitely. I'm surprised they got Donkey Kong, though, seeing as the owner and creator of Donkey Kong also created Mario. So
yeah,
kind of weird they couldn't get that. But yeah, Pixels actually, fun fact, that is one of the only Kevin James movies I can do. I like Pixels. He didn't bother me in it, and I really like that movie.
It's a fun movie. It was pretty good.
It was.
All right. You need 2 more, Tone. Here's your next question. Which of these let me start that.
Genuine.
Which of these is a genuine quote from Jean-Claude Van Damme's Guile in Street Fighter from 1994?
Ooh.
Is it, I'm going to take you to the bank, the blood bank. You're a disease and I'm the cure. Or I'm the repo man and you're out of business.
Oh, God, I don't know this one. This is going to be a guess. And they're all really cheesy lines. But is it, I'm the repo man and you're out of business? Because that's pretty fun. I don't think it is, but.
My
God, is it really?
It really was.
I watched Street Fighter as a kid and it was awful, but I don't remember. What a dumb line. That sounds like a wrestling line. I'm the repo man and you're out of business.
I kind of like, I'm going to take you to the bank, the blood bank.
Yeah. Call me Dracula.
Tony, you need 1 more, and I have no doubt that you're going to get this. Question for you. This popular first-person shooter game was released in 1997 on the Nintendo 64 console and was based on which James Bond movie? A, Man with the Golden Gun, B, Moonraker, C, License to Kill, D, GoldenEye.
GoldenEye. Boom.
All right, Tony, guess what? You hit 10. So Maddie is a big winner.
Is a winner. 10-1. That was not a beatdown. I beat down the questions today.
Yeah, like I said, I think I need to.
I don't want to toot my own horn because I got my ass kicked on the last one we did. I was like 50-50. It was rough.
Well, for shits and giggles, let's see if you can answer this one because I don't think I could. In Silent Hill 2006, how did Rada Mitchell's Rosa da Silva end up in the deserted town? A, she got lost. B, she ran away from home. C, her car crashed.
Her car crashed.
Look at that. Almost perfect, Tone. Almost perfect. Just missed
Except
the one.
for Sean Bean, man. Sean Bean was the name that just was like, it's always Sean Bean.
I thought it was going to be as well. Apparently I was wrong. Well, folks, that does it for this edition of Phoenix Face Off. When we come back, we've got a segment called I Saw the Sign. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, Let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke. When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F. Face drooping. A. Arm weakness. S. Speech difficulty. T. Time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Hello, Kubo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm going to do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in the bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix radio show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix radio show. And we've got a little thing we talk about a couple times each show. It is the Fenix Line, our 24-hour day, 7-day-a-week voicemail line, giving you guys, the listeners and watchers, an opportunity to chime in on anything whatsoever, including our call-in topic of the day, which will resume again tomorrow. Now, if you want to call in, give us a call at 855-FENIX-RADIO. That's 855-FENIX-RDO or 855-336-4973 for the alphanumerically impaired. All we ask is that you keep it entertaining. We'll compile those together, put them out in a future show. Now, the call-in topic for tomorrow is what I'm calling TV shutoff. What is one show that maybe if it's on when you walk in, or maybe a significant other starts watching, that you cannot watch? You either leave the room or you have to shut off. There's a few that come to mind for me, but with so much good TV out there, there's equally as much bad TV. What is the worst of it for you? So that's what we're talking about tomorrow on our call-in topic. Now, for this segment, which we've titled I Saw the Sign.
Yeah!
We're revisiting a topic that we've done once before, probably a couple months ago. Funny signs that you see out in the world. In this case, it is for one location in particular. The Tex-Mex restaurant El Arroyo in Austin, Texas, offers more than what's on the menu. It also puts up the wittiest signs that are sure to make everyone's day. El Arroyo took up this hobby in the early 80s and have been going strong ever since. So I'm going to run down some of the signs that they put up, and let's see if they are chuckle-worthy. So let's go ahead and roll into I Saw the Sign. All right, this first one, this one made me chuckle. A big nose isn't an excuse for no mask. I mean, I still wear underwear.
It made me think of there's a guy that roams the Carson Costco and he wears a lady's thong over his face for a mask. And a member had said he was disgusting. Goes, yeah, no shit. I pulled it off your clothesline.
Oh, it's a hell of a comeback.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard that from my my uncle and my aunt. Her dad was the one that told her about it, and then my cousin works at that Costco and said, "Yeah, the dude always comes in. It's gross."
People are weird. Well, let's keep rolling on talking I Saw the Sign. These from the Tex-Mex restaurant El Arroyo in Austin, Texas. This sign saying, the fastest land mammal is a toddler who's been asked what's in their mouth. And I'd go one step further with a dog as well, because they'll get something in their mouth and good luck catching them.
Oh, yeah. Kids, they'll put anything in the mouth. There's, I think I saw a commercial yesterday. There was the guy working from home on his computer, and he's like, okay. He's like, all right, Sparky, stop it. But then Sparky, the dog, was up on the, put his paws up and looking at him, and the squeak was going. And there was the little kid in the back just gnawing at this dog toy that the dog had just had. So he freaked out. So very true. They'll put anything in their mouth. You got to be careful.
We've got to be very careful. All right, keeping moving on with I Saw the Sign. Interesting sign considering this is a Tex-Mex restaurant, and you would assume that they are their competition, but the sign says, "Dear taco trucks, please consider cruising the neighborhoods like ice cream trucks." That's brilliant. Taco trucks are like adult ice cream trucks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tacos are good. I always get crap because I do tacos on Monday, not Tuesday. Just because I'm there all night Tuesday. I have leftovers for Tuesday, but I cook it up on Mondays. But taco trucks would be great to give you some real good Mexican food. The ones that give you the gurgle murgles are the ones that are good.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah.
If it ties you to the Thunder Mug the next day, you're regretting it, but damn, those are usually meaning they were pretty good.
Yeah. Unless it's 7-Eleven taquitos, right, Tom?
No, never, ever.
Now, along those lines, I don't remember the last time I've actually seen an ice cream truck.
Pre-COVID? I didn't see any come through during the COVID era.
Probably in the last 5 years. I can't remember the last time.
Well, it's probably because it's creepy ass people in their little vans. Hey, kids, I got Mickey Mouse Pops. I got Rocket Pops. I got Bottle Pops. I even got that weird ass chocolate banana pop. What do you need? Oh,
candy cigarettes.
Hey, what else do you got here? Oh, you want a SpongeBob bar with those weird little gumball eye drops? No problem. I got it.
Remember the Ninja Turtle ones? Those were awesome.
Yeah, they were good. I remember the Mickey Mouse ones too. Oh boy.
Well, let's keep rolling on talking I Saw the Sign. I may put this one on the front of the house. Again, all of these are from the El Arroyo Tex-Mex restaurant in Austin, Texas. This sign saying, when this virus is over, I still want some of y'all to stay away from me.
Yeah. I want to acknowledge to our audience real quick on the side. I'm sorry I'm freezing. Don't know. I'm blaming Xfinity on that. I'm not doing anything, but trying to not touching anything. So,
all right.
Hopefully it's not bad.
Yeah.
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 Sorry.
But they're constantly working on
Thank
it.
Thank you for letting me know though. Xfinity.
And if only you had a choice in your internet provider.
No, I don't, man. And I think it's this unit. It's the problem. It's the wiring.
Could be.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's keep moving on. I Saw the Sign. Speaking of internet, and this is so true, favorite way to shop online? I just yell out what I want and wait for an ad to pop up.
Hey, that's not a bad way to do it.
No. In fact, I would go one step further and say I would just think about what I want and wait for an ad to pop up, because sometimes it is scary what they pull up.
Yeah, it's things we're talking about now. It'll pop up there. So, like for example, I don't know, San Francisco Giants gear. It'd be nice to have that San Francisco Giants gear.
All right, when it pops up, you'll have to screenshot it, Tone.
Yeah, we'll see. I bet it'll be on there. Disney World. I can't wait for Disney World.
There you go. All right, moving on. I Saw the Sign. Again, all of these coming from the Tex-Mex restaurant El Arroyo in Austin, Texas. Here's an existential question from our childhood. Did it bother anyone else that the guy from the Operation game was clearly awake? It didn't before. It does now.
Oh my gosh, you're right. He does. And
Yeah.
he's butt naked too.
And he looks terrified.
He does. That game used to scare the crap out of my mom when she'd play that. Just like every time she'd do it, every time it would go, and she'd freak out. She goes, ah! Like she used to be in tears. She would laugh. And every time, it was always the wishbone she always did. But I just remember playing that game a lot with her as a kid, me and my sister. And she would always like laugh hysterically and freak herself out every time it went, bah!
Along those same lines, did you ever play Perfection with her?
No, we didn't do that one.
Oh,
No.
that would have been great. It's the one where you're putting the shapes in.
Well,
and
and then it pops
up.
Yeah, no, didn't do that one. But Operation, man, it freaked her out. She was funny, like, but it's just every time it didn't just light up. The whole board just went, and then your dumb little pieces in there would shift, making it harder to get them out. Yeah,
that was a fun game. All right, let's keep rolling on. I saw the sign. Another existential question that you had to really wrap your head around, but it makes a lot of sense. The sign, the first person to hear a parrot speak was probably not okay for several days. That's true. You don't expect a parrot to speak. And when it says words in whatever their native language is, that might be disturbing.
Yeah. Oof. It would be a little on the disturbing side, right? Just a little freaky. Ricky!
Moving on, I saw the sign. Tony, you can relate to this one. The sign says, still can't believe some people's survival instincts told them to grab toilet paper.
It's just like, well, it's time. I mean, shoot, we might as well buy like a lifetime supply of them because we're going to be stuck inside. Now it's funny. You go to the stores, whether it's Costco or anything, tons of toilet paper everywhere.
Yep. Yeah. Most people, you think canned food, non-perishables, survival gear. No, toilet paper. How are you going to wipe your ass in the apocalypse?
Yep. Clorox wipes and toilet paper. Survive the fittest.
Well, let's keep moving on with I Saw the Sign. All of these coming from the El Arroyo Tex-Mex restaurant in Austin, Texas. They are not a sponsor of the show, but they're more than welcome to be if they'd like to. Another one related to what we're all going through. Sign says, walking back to your car because you forgot your mask is a new kind of pissed off. I agree. I can't tell you how many times I've walked and get right to the door of the business I'm going into and go, damn it. Have to walk back without my mask.
Sometimes I still do that. Like I get all comfy and then I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. Like the last time we ever went to Snooze, totally forgot mine in the car. And the lady's like, don't worry, here's a napkin. Just because it was just to get from point A to point B. So I had to take this napkin and cover my face, sit down. At least she was cool about it.
Yeah, most people wouldn't be. So, you got that going for you. Then finally here on I Saw the Sign. This one, Tony, I'm going to make a plaque for you and give to you because it relates directly to our relationship on this show. Sign says, in quotes, you're on mute. The most used phrase of 2020.
You're on mute. Yeah. And it happens because I'm finagling a laptop, here and then the desktop here. And sometimes my brain, I'll go to type for the laptop and it's actually the desktop that I'm messing with. Always on mute, man. Always on mute.
Very fitting. Well, folks, that does it for this segment. When we come back, we're headed into the final segment of the show. It is time for This Day in History. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you guys in a few.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix radio show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. We've made it to the final segment of this episode of the Kristian Fenix radio show on a hump day. Now, if you missed a portion of the show or you want to go back and catch up on any of the previous shows, it's easy enough to do so. Head over to phoenixmedia.us, click on the show's link, scroll on down to the Kristian Fenix radio show. From there, you can get video, you can get audio as well, or head over to wherever you get podcasts. Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor Breaker, TuneIn, iHeart, Doozer, Dozer, Geezer, Gozer.
Are you a god?
No soup for you. Come back 1 year.
No soup for you. While you're there, be sure to subscribe. That way you always have the latest episode. Leave a review. Let us know what you think and tell your friends, because why, Tony?
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring, which is why we do this segment each and every day at the end of the show. Drop a little knowledge on you, hopefully make you laugh at the same time. It is time for This Day in History.
Crossing the globe for the stories that turn the world on its head. It's This Day in History with your correspondent on the beat,
Kristian Fenix.
Thanks, Siri. All right, kicking things off this day in 43 BC. Let's see if I can try not to butcher these names. Mark Antony is again defeated in battle by Aulus Hirtius, who is killed.
Fatality.
Balemos! Balemos!
I think that's Mark Anthony. Antony fails to capture Mutina, and Decimus Brutus, God, I did butcher it. Decimus Brutus,
the barber beefcake. It is his birthday too.
Is it really?
Yeah, I didn't put him in celebrities because he's not a real celebrity.
This Brutus is murdered shortly after.
Fatality.
Let me tell you something, Hulkster. It's my birthday, too. I'm going to chop you with my big shears. I'm the barber, man. What a lame-ass wrestling gimmick that was.
That was a lame character.
I got a mullet. I wear a weird bow tie. I'm going to chop you with my scissors.
Brother. In 1526, Central Asian conqueror Babar defeats Sultan Ibrahim Lodi, establishing the Mughal Empire in India. I thought Babar was a giant elephant.
Yeah, elephant. Babar. Remember?
He was a warlord, too.
He was one of Arby's first, like, when Arby's used to do Happy Meals, Babar was the frickin' toy.
Oh, I'd be so disappointed as a kid.
We used to we loved going to Arby's as kids. It was nice. And it was always a stupid Babar toy.
Well, moving on this day, 1536, Thomas Cromwell begins a plot to plot Anne Boleyn's downfall while feigning his illness. And Cromwell, if you didn't know, was the guy who, luckily he didn't become a king, but was trying to outlaw Christmas.
Yeah, he looks like a grump. Bah, humbug. There will be no Christmas, Anne Boleyn.
And I take that back. Actually, it was Oliver Cromwell. I don't know.
Eat my Cromwell.
All right, let's keep moving on. This day in 1792, Brazilian revolutionary Tiradentes is hanged, drawn, and quartered in Rio de Janeiro.
Fatality.
Ooh,
That's quite. That's where the Brazilian wax came from.
Oh, that one's a little too close for comfort.
Yeah. Yikes.
Not a way I'd like to go.
Ooh, I like the next one, though.
Yeah, you do. Get that guitar ready, Tone, because this day in 1796, Napoleon and the French defeat the Piedmontese at the Battle of Mondovi. Of course, we know how Tone, I love it. He celebrated by heading over to Farrell's for that Piggly Wiggly trough.
Excellent!
That's all we got for that. Fun props here.
I like the props, Tom. Moving on, this day in 1820, Danish scientist Hans Christian Ørsted is the first to identify electromagnetism when he observes a compass needle.
Is it weird that Hans Christian Andersen would go on to be more popular than Hans Christian Ørsted?
I don't know. Well, I do know one person who shares two of those names, Christian Hans Fenix.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, the Phoenix Man.
That is my middle name. Moving on, this day in 1865, Abraham Lincoln's funeral train leaves Washington. Guessing it went back to Illinois, where I think that's where he was buried.
Zombie Lincoln popped up. Spurts.
Well, we know he died due to a vampire, right? Because he was a vampire.
Yeah, he was.
Moving on, this day in 19...
that's right. He was.
That was a fun movie, actually.
Yeah.
This day in 1904, Ty Cobb makes his pro debut for Augusta in the South Atlantic League, and he was played by Tommy Lee Jones, if I'm not mistaken, in the movie Cobb, right?
Cobb, he was, yep.
Good biopic.
Those hats were stupid back then. They're dumber than the flat bills today.
Well, it didn't help that Ty Cobb had this weird, like, alien-shaped head. Moving on, this day in 1933, German philosopher Martin Heidegger is elected rector of the University of Freiburg. Rector damn near killed her.
Yeah. Rector of University of Freiburg, baby. I am Martin Heidegger. And I am the power broker and Falcon and Winter Soldier. I like what I bring into the television show.
Tony's verbalizing the picture.
Yeah.
Moving on, this day in 1956, Elvis Presley's first hit record, Heartbreak Hotel, becomes number one.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Also,
I have a hit record. I'm very popular now. I like to play down. I like to get my little hound dog out. I like to whip it up and shake it up, make a little milkshake. That's what I like to do.
And that was before Rhinestone Cowboy Fat Elvis was normal. Moving on, this day in 1963, the Beatles meet the Rolling Stones for the first time. Wonder what that would have sounded like.
Hello, the Rolling Stones. Who the hell are you? We're the Beatles. Who's gonna last longer? Is it us or you? I got a feeling Beatlemania will run forever, brother.
Little did they know. Moving on, this day in 1977, I picked this one just because of how absurd and crazy it is. Billy Martin pulls the Yankee lineup out of a hat, and they still beat the Blue Jays 8-6. Could you imagine taking your entire roster and just, all right, here we go.
All right, the assistant coach, you're playing first base. Oh, the bat boy, you're playing shortstop. Reggie, you're sitting on there. Mr. October, don't worry, you're sitting on the bench. No big deal. That's just the luck of the draw here, bud.
Exactly. Moving on, this day in 1984, after 37 weeks, Michael Jackson's album Thriller is knocked off as top album by the movie soundtrack for Footloose.
Kenny Loggins beat Michael Jackson. Who would have thought?
Right?
Although, like, for that picture, could we have used 1984 Michael? That, like, he looks like LaToya Jackson in that picture.
Yeah. This was a little bit closer to the end of Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Hey, I got the Footloose. It was 1984 when I got beat by Kenny Loggins, you know, the Danger Zone guy. Wait, I don't think that movie happened yet.
2 years later, this day in 1986, Geraldo Rivera opens Al Capone's vault on live TV and finds nothing except great ratings for his spectacle and an empty Coke bottle.
Geraldo was such a dipshit, man. That guy was a hype man. He was annoying. Him and that big stash. He's always like, we're going into the vault. We found Al Capone's vault. What'd they find? Like a cup there was like a paper cup from a worker that had opened the door or something. There was nothing.
It was a big nothing burger. All right.
I had nothing, Geraldo. Yeah.
This day in 1993, action TV series Walker, Texas Ranger, starring Chuck Norris, debuts on CBS.
Effing Chuck Norris.
And then finally, this day in history, this day in 1995, FBI arrests Timothy McVeigh and charge him with the Oklahoma City bombing. I remember that quite clearly.
Yep, that guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah, did he die in prison? I forget.
Nah, I don't know. He might still be rotting away.
If he didn't, he should have. Yeah. All right, folks, before we head out for the day, let's run down to some of today's holidays, shall we? Where we talk about the things that we like to celebrate. For instance, today is Administrative Professionals Day. So,
yay! Admins. Tara and April.
Today is Big Word Day, fitting for Words Are Hard.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Bulldogs Are Beautiful Day. I agree. Bulldogs are.
Yeah. Beautiful bulldog bitches.
Keep Off the Grass Day. Keep off my lawn, you young.
Get off my lawn, you son of a bitch.
It is National Tea Day. Tony, you're already partaking in that.
Oh, yeah. I partook in that day. Yay, thank you.
It is National Banana Day. Maybe partaking in that one too.
Oh, yeah. Or it could also be a slang for the male anatomy.
Yep. National Chocolate Covered Cashews Day, Kindergarten Day, Tuna Rights Day, San Jacinto Day, Thank You for Libraries Day, and World Creativity and Innovation Day. Well, folks, that does it for this Wednesday edition of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. We will be back tomorrow on a Thursday with my favorite segment, Florida Man. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, everybody. We'll see you all.
Tuna Wednesday. Peace.